What is up, guys? It is episode 3 of the Monday Grind. The date is 6/18, so yes, I missed a Monday. Sorry, I was completely absorbed in E3. I don't even feel bad. I'm so excited to make this video. E3 is my favorite time of year. Forget Christmas, forget my birthday. I don't care. I love E3. We get to see everything amazing and what we get to really look forward to the next year. So I have a lot to cover. So I'm going to start my video off ranking the shows from my favorite to least favorite. So my favorite was Microsoft, followed by Bethesda, EA, Nintendo, Sony, Ubisoft, and Square Enix. I'm also going to review all the shows. I'm going to hit almost every announcement they made, the best of my ability. And I'm going to go in order. So we're starting with day one, which was led by EA. And it was only EA. But they started off their show pretty strong. They talked about EA Origin Access Premiere. For those of you who don't know, EA Origin Access is their game streaming service. So you pay a monthly fee. You get to play their huge vault of games, yada, yada, yada. It's like all the other ones out there right now. What Access Premiere has to offer, however, is you will pay a higher cost than their base access, but you will get all the new games. So their Maddens, their NBA 2Ks, Battlefield, Battlefront, all that stuff. You'll get it day one. It's not going to be, a few months after game comes out. It's available to you, the Access Premiere members, which I think that's pretty cool. I just hope they don't charge us something super, super expensive just to get it, because then it may not even be worth it. Next, one of my favorite announcements at E3, Battlefield 5. They talked about their game, whatever, but they announced there's going to be a Battle Royale mode, which, yes, I love Battle Royales. I don't care that everybody's doing it. Battle Royales are fun. They're challenging. They're great. And I like it that these really big AAA companies are taking it on and saying, hey, we want to stay relevant. We'll make a Battle Royale. We don't care. We'll do great at everything. I knew they were going to announce this as soon as Call of Duty said they're doing a Battle Royale. I knew Battlefield would be also. So this is really cool, and I can't wait to see what it's going to bring to the Battle Royale genre. Next, Respawn, the company of the group of developers really that was a part of Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. They broke apart, formed their own company, made Titanfall 1 and 2, which I liked them. Some people didn't, to each their own. But they were acquired by EA recently, and right now they have a game called Jedi Fallen Order in the works. It is a game where you are playing a Jedi, and it's going to take place between episode 3 and 4. So for those of you who know Star Wars, that was arguably the darkest time for the Jedi, In 3, they were thriving. Well, 2, they were really thriving. They got killed a little bit the Clone Wars. And then 3, there were still quite a bit of them. By the end of 3, they're being hunted, slaughtered, yada, yada, yada. So we're playing that time period where it's really hard for the Jedi. Very dark time, and it is slated to come out holiday of 2019. That's really far out, so whether or not they actually hit that mark, we'll have to see. But it looks like it'll be a really great game. Even though we didn't see anything, it sounds like it then. Either way, I'm excited. Love Star Wars games. Next, we found out that Battlefront 2 is getting a massive overhaul. They said, hey, we get what you're saying. You weren't very happy with the game. We're sorry. We're going to fix it. That being said, they've been exploring different eras, and so they said, hey, we're going to bring it to the Clone Wars era, which means they said we're going to do our biggest map ever, Geonosis. So they're making a huge Geonosis map. It's going to be fantastic. Even in the old Battlefront games, I loved playing on Geonosis. Amazing map, just lots of fun, always huge. It's going to be great. Lastly, they closed out their show announcing Anthem. It's coming out February 22nd of 2019. They didn't give us a whole lot, honestly. They showed us a little more trailer, gameplay, whatever. But they didn't really go in depth like I was hoping they would. They announced the 4 classes, and they said it's going to have a very in-depth story that you can play by yourself, but it'll be more fun with friends, which that's what they all say until it comes out. That's what Destiny promised, and that story was really non-existent. But so hopefully they'll really excel in this area where Destiny fell short, and we'll see what happens. That wrapped up day one and EA's conference. And with day two, we had Microsoft. Now, you saw earlier the Halo Infinite trailer. I'm a huge Halo fan. The Halo franchise has been great. Not been as good since it was taken over by 343, in my opinion, but they still are pumping out some pretty good games. So we didn't really find out a whole lot about Halo Infinite. People are speculating that I've been talking with maybe it's open world, seeing that it's not titled Halo 6. They did confirm we'd be playing as Master Chief, so maybe it's a game that is more like Halo Reach, where we're having an adventure within the same universe, but it doesn't necessarily take chronological order after Halo 5. So either way, looks awesome. I'm really excited. Next, we saw what I did not expect to see at Microsoft. We saw Fallout 76. Looks awesome. It's 4 times the size of Fallout 4, which that's crazy. And it's set in West Virginia. Also, they talked about some building features, but that's generally all we really found out during the Microsoft press conference. We will mention this game 2 more times, actually, but we'll get there. Next, we found out about Crackdown 3. Looks pretty cool. Saw some more trailers, whatever. It's coming out February 2019. Metro Exodus, the third. It's actually what's playing right now. The trailer that's going on right now. We'll see that February 22nd of 2019 is the third installment in the Metro franchise. It looks pretty good. That being said, I never finished the first or second Metro just because I don't know why. It was a good game. Either way, Kingdom Hearts 3 was the next game we saw. We didn't see a whole lot more than what we've already seen. I feel like a lot of these games showed up, but we didn't necessarily see a whole lot more than we had seen at the past E3. Kingdom Hearts 3 was at the past E3, and we saw a trailer and some gameplay. I don't even remember if we saw gameplay this time. Either way, it looked pretty good. But the universes we definitely saw, starting right now. How perfect. The universes we definitely saw were Frozen, Toy Story, Tangled, Monsters University, and Wreck-It Ralph. And this game will be coming out January 29th, early next year. Forza Horizon 4. It looks like the best Forza Horizon to date. It's going to be set in Britain. It's going to have seasons, fully online. They said the players that are driving around you in your game will be real players, which we'll have to see how that works out. Need for Speed Rivals, I think, tried that, and I wasn't a big fan. Wasn't a big fan at all. It's going to boast 60 frames per second world events, and everything going on will be synced for all players, including the seasons, the events, and all that stuff. So that should be pretty cool. That is going to come out October 2nd of this year. Next, we heard Microsoft acquired some studios, some smaller studios. The Initiative, Undead Labs, Playground Games, Ninja Theory, and Compulsion Games. So they're going to start pumping out more and more games. That's what Microsoft's trying to do. They're trying to get out more, faster, better. And we'll see if these smaller companies help them do that. We Happy Few, August 10th. Sandhawk, the third map in PUBG, will be coming to Xbox summer of 2018. We saw some riot shields, possibly some new guns we don't have yet, and it even teased a winter map coming out winter this year. Also, I believe the new map for PUBG comes to PC in a day or two, so I will make a video on that when it comes out. Next, we have Division 2. I wasn't a fan of the first Division. It was DLC driven. It was just like Destiny. Wasn't a fan. Sorry. This one's set in Washington, D.C., and it comes out March 15th of next year. Xbox Game Pass. It is Microsoft's answer to EA Access. The difference is, allegedly, based on what we know right now, the Xbox Game Pass, if it's not going to have 2 editions. So there's 1 edition, and all of Microsoft's big games will be coming to that edition. You're not going to have to pay an extra fee, based on what we know right now. But it looks awesome. You know, if this is something they do, it'll have the Halo game, Forza, Gears, basically all Xbox's stuff, which is really, really cool. So I'm glad to see what's going to happen with that. We saw Shadow of the Tomb Raider. We saw Session, skateboarding type game. Devil May Cry 5. Cuphead DLCs coming out in 2019. We saw Tunic. It looks like a fun little kidsy adventure game. The hero's a fox, and it looks very Legend of Zelda esque. Has a very Legend of Zelda theme, to it. It looks really cool though. Jump Force, made by Bandai Namco, comes out in 2019. It is supposed to be anime fighting universes colliding. I'm a huge fan of Dragon Ball. We saw Goku, we saw Frieza, and then we also saw Naruto and some characters from One Piece. So that looks really, really great. Dying Light 2, your decisions impact everything. That's all they really talked about. It looks cool, but I wasn't a huge fan of the first one. Battletoads is coming out in 2019. Just Cause 4 comes out December 4th of this year. We're going to see crazy weather, and it's supposed to be boasting more action than ever. Gears Pop is a mobile game coming out in 2019. Looks kind of fun. We actually got the Gears trifecta this year. They announced 3 things. They also announced Gears Tactics, which is taking place 12 years before the first Gears of War, and it's a turn-based strategy game. It looks very, very similar to XCOM to me, and I loved XCOM. Thought that was awesome. So this looks very fun, and I will definitely get it. Gears 5 comes out in 2019. It looks like it's going to focus on Kate this time around, and maybe her link to her grandmother, the Locust, and all that stuff. We'll see how that plays out. Next, Microsoft announced they are working on an AI specifically for their games, make things better and all that stuff. They're working on cloud gaming. They're working on bringing more to PC gaming. And they're already working on a new Xbox console. They said it's going to be bigger, better than ever, even better than the Xbox One X. Who knows if we'll see that next year or the year after that. They're definitely not going to want to cut the life short of the Xbox One X, but I think they just want to be ready for the next game coming out, the next game console generation coming out. Last but not least, they look to wrap up the show when they revealed Cyberpunk 2077 by CD Projekt Red. If you do not know who CD Projekt Red is, they made The Witcher, Witcher 2, Witcher 3, that franchise. They built it. They made it look great. They made it awesome. It's fantastic. And they're making Cyberpunk 2077. Looks like a very Witcher-esque game set in the future, obviously in 2077. And they teased it 5 years ago with little to no information. And here we are. We saw a trailer. It looks cool. Looks very dark. We'll see how that turns out. That wrapped up Microsoft's show. Next, we start with Bethesda. They opened with a band playing music, which I'm not a big fan of openings for shows like that. It's just not what I'm about. They showed Rage 2, which comes out in spring 2019. I never played Rage 1. I'm going to check it out, see what it's about, and see if it's something I'm even interested in. Doom Eternal. The sequel to the first Doom, they are boasting twice as many demons. Your character's more powerful. And we will find out more about Doom Eternal at QuakeCon in August at Dallas. Now, I'm in the Metroplex, so I will definitely do my best to go to this QuakeCon event, find out the most first, and bring it back to you guys. Quake Champions is free. I think it may have stopped being free a day or two ago, but they were giving it free to everybody who downloaded off of Steam. Pretty cool. Prey is getting a new game mode called Moon Crash. It's like a dungeon, think of it. You start out, your whole objective is to escape the moon. Enemies are random, weapons are random, everything's random. And when you die, you just start over and it's all random again. So it looks really cool. They also announced new survival mode, New Game Plus mode, and Typhon Hunter, a multiplayer experience where, one person is Morgan, four other players are mimics, and you got to go around and try to find them. Then later on, they announced VR for Typhon Hunter, where so you get to have your friends jump out at you as mimics while you try to whack them with a wrench or whatever. Looks really fun. Wolfenstein 2 is coming to the Switch June 29th, and then they announced Wolfenstein Youngblood is going to be a co-op experience DLC for Wolfenstein 2, which that sounds awesome. You're playing in the future as BJ Blazkowicz's twin daughters. They also announced Wolfenstein. They announced Wolfenstein Cyberpilot, a VR game where you are a Nazi. You're not a Nazi. You are not a Nazi. I'm so sorry. You're a Nazi killer, where you are a resistance member that hacks into one of the Nazi machines and you get to gun down the Nazis, which everybody loves shooting Nazis. So there we go. Also, I have to admit, the best trailer ever was Skyrim Alexa. If you haven't seen the trailer, do yourself a solid. Look it up. You'll love it. I promise. Then we saw more of Fallout 76. I'm going to just read all the notes I have. It is set in West Virginia. It is set before all the other games, which we found out from, digging around in Fallout 3. It's entirely online. We don't know yet if there's a single player only thing where you can be away from players or what it is, but it's entirely online. It says you can play it solo. You're not tied to a server. There's not really the concept of servers, apparently. And then you're going to be in a world with dozens of players, not hundreds or thousands, so it won't feel crowded. It will feel apocalyptic. You can play with friends whenever and keep your progress. When you die, you don't lose your progress. You don't lose your caps. You don't lose your weapons. They said it's already annoying dying enough as it is, so they don't want to penalize you for dying also. You can build wherever. You can drop nukes. These nukes you drop will be on high-level areas. All they're really going to do is temporarily irradiate an area. And then it's going to... Obviously, if you're in the impact zone, it's going to kill you if you're a player. And then it'll destroy all the buildings in that area, as in player-built stuff. Also, it's coming out November 14th of this year, so we're only 5 months away, roughly, and we'll see this game come out, so that looks really awesome. Elder Scrolls Blades is going to be on all consoles, VR, etc., and it's completely free. It comes out in fall of this year. Bethesda, they quickly announced their new single-player IP, Starfield, which I looked it up. Allegedly, maybe it's a game set in outer space. It's single-player, and supposedly it may link together the worlds of Skyrim and Fallout. Not necessarily where you go there, but, they hide some lore somewhere referencing those places or something. Either way, sounds pretty cool. And then, even shorter, they teased Elder Scrolls 6, which... by anybody's guess, we're still probably not going to see that until 2020. But it looks great. The whole mountain. The one mountain we saw looked great. But either way, it's going to be really exciting. Next was Square Enix. Wasn't a fan. It was pre-recorded. Nintendo's was pre-recorded also. I like the live feel to it, They showed Shadow of the Tomb Raider in depth. Final Fantasy Monster Hunter mashup, maybe. I don't know what that was about. Kind of caught some bits and pieces of it. Life is Strange Captain Spirit. It'll be free June 26th of this year, obviously. This month, obviously. Dragon Quest XI will be September 4th of this year. Babylon's Fall is a game coming out on PS4 and Steam in 2019. There's Octopath Traveler. They mentioned Just Cause 4 again. It's the biggest yet. It's taking place in Salise. Your enemy is the private militia, the Black Hand, and you're going to see some extreme weather and explosives and all that fun stuff. The Quiet Man looks kind of like a horror game. Looks kind of, or something like that. I don't know. Looks kind of cool. Um, we'll get more details in August. And then we saw Kingdom Hearts 3. The part that I was really, really disappointed about is I said, okay, this is Square Enix's conference part. They're definitely going to show in-depth stuff about their game. They didn't. They played the same exact trailer that Microsoft showed. And it killed me because Microsoft showed it first. We didn't get anything additional than what Microsoft already showed. No, I was really hoping that we would get something new and we would find out something we didn't previously know about the game. We didn't. We did not get that at all. Nothing. Just nothing. And that ended their show. Weakest show, in my opinion, was not all that great. Ubisoft. Now, first of all, they upset me when they start out their show saying, this is the biggest show in gaming. No, you're not, Ubisoft. Fix your servers before you start talking crap about whether your show's the best or not, okay? Just start there. Fix your servers. And then they opened with a 7 minute long dance showing off Just Dance 2019. Nobody cares. Nobody. Like, the 3 people that buy Just Dance 2019 weren't even watching E3. So seriously, that was not the way to open your show. At all. Whatsoever. Sorry. Just got to get that out there. They showed Beyond Good and Evil 2. Looks really cool. I did not play the first one, so I need to. Also, they partnered with Hit Record. I can't remember what celebrity was working with Hit Record, but basically they want you to provide content, music, lore, and all that stuff for their game, which kind of sounds like you're designing their game for free, but whatever. To each their own. They talked about Rainbow Six Siege, making a documentary. Trials Rising, that looks good. I love Trials Fusion, that was fun. They talked about Division 2. They did announce you're going to get 3 free DLCs, which hopefully will break that. A lot of companies realize paying for DLC is not working for players anymore. We're sick of it. We don't want to spend $120, $180 on a game. You know, it's too much. We don't want to do this anymore. And also, you're going to have 8-player raids, and they promise plenty of stuff to do after you hit the max level. So we'll see how that turns out. Mario Rabbids is getting DLC called Donkey Kong Adventure. That looks really fun, and I'm excited for that. Skull and Bones. It is their answer to Sea of Thieves, I guess. It's a very realistic looking pirate game. Looks kind of cool. I think it'll be fun to pick up and try out. Transference looks like a kind of horror dream game, whatever. Kind of scary. I don't know. Starlink Battle for Atlas. Star systems, flying ships, building crews, space combat, yada yada. And if you play on the Switch, you'll exclusively get Star Fox. So that's pretty cool. For Honor was free this past week. Which was pretty cool. They gave it to you for free on Uplay. And then they're bringing their biggest update yet, Marching Fire, 4v4 Castle Siege, all that cool stuff. The Crew 2, more vehicles, all sorts of fun stuff. June 21st is the open beta. And then my favorite part of their show was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Female protagonist, simple mercenary, game looks beautiful. Their last game had beautiful graphics, looked fantastic, played fantastic. So I have really, really high hopes for this game. Also, there's dialogue choices now, which I thought that was cool. I can't remember if the other games had it or not. I don't think they did, though. I missed the PC gaming show, unfortunately. I'm going to look back at that, but I didn't. I just got busy. Now we're on to Sony. They showed us Last of Us Part 2, which looked really cool. God of War's. Also, we're getting a new fighter, Inkling and Ridley. They have new assists, better moves. It goes on. And that's December 7th when we'll see that. They also announced there's getting a GameCube controller for the Switch, which that'll be really cool. I hope they make it wireless. I didn't pay attention, but I really hope it's wireless. Xenoblade Chronicles 2: The Golden Country, Pokemon Let's Go Eevee promises co-op play, which that's really cool. Also, you can transfer Pokemon from Pokemon Go, which I didn't care about Go, so that doesn't mean a lot for me. Pokeball Plus, Super Mario Party for the Switch. This looks fantastic. I'm a huge fan of Super Mario Party, and the coolest thing is that they were using two Switches to make these arenas you play in based on the placement of them on the ground. It was really cool. Check the trailer out. You will not be let down. They announced Fortnite on Switch, Overcooked 2, and they just announced a lot really fast. They announced Minecraft, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Crash Bandicoot Insane Collection, Ark, Wasteland 2, Paladins, Fallout Shelter, Dark Souls, Monster Hunter, Wolfenstein 2, Mega Man 11, and Mario Tennis. They really just did them out there like 30 seconds each, just boom, 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 done. But that's it, guys. I really hope you got all your information you needed. I watched it for y'all and for me. I loved it. It was a really great year. I'm excited to see what the next year of gaming is really going to bring us. And I'm really excited to play all these games. Remember, lastly, this upcoming weekend marks Summer Games Done Quick. They raise money for Doctors Without Borders. They've been doing great work. They raise $2 million almost each event, and they just give it all away. And it's just a bunch of speed runs. It's nonstop action. It starts this Sunday. It will go all week long until next Sunday. You can stream it through Twitch. Just look up Games Done Quick, or you can go to their website. You will love it. It's phenomenal. They do literally nonstop action. It's just runs and runs and runs. It's really cool. I will be watching it. I strongly suggest you watch it too. It's phenomenal. Thanks, guys, for watching this. Make sure to follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Rohan and check out my social medias at Rohan_gaming. You can also check out my website, www.rohangaming.com. Thanks, guys. See y'all later.